Morning. Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, this is Mandalorian. Well, see, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 3. So this is number 5. On the internet, you're seeing quite a lot of people going, but it's the Mandalorian. I'm not liking it. I'm torn. Ooh. But is that reviewers or is that actual fans? There's a difference. Reviewers feel that they need to say something a bit controversial in order to get the clicks. They're not saying that what they're saying is accurate, true, or even remotely interesting. What they're saying is, please look at me. Well, I'm not here for that. See, for me, I found Andor just a bit dull. Yes, it looked fabulous. Yes, it went on a bit, but Star Wars is a fun romp. If you want the meaning of life, about what it means to be a robot or robot slaves, all of that business, go to Isaac Asimov. Star Wars is a functional society. So when people kick off on the internet going, why is Lizzo in this? Oh, look where Star Wars has come from. Here's a picture of Carrie Fisher in a bikini. Here's a picture of Lizzo. Oh, look how far we've fallen. No. For a start, the character Princess Leia in Jedi, when she's wearing the bikini, was a slave. Right? Do you think Princess Leia would dress like that on purpose? No. Right? So they're both princesses. They both look fabulous. And as far as I'm concerned, that person can... No, this is a family show. They can go away and keep going away until I can't see them anymore. I'm not having that anymore. Seriously. Yes, from a Doctor Who point of view, we're going, oh, it's stunt casting. No, when it comes to Star Wars, there's a lot of people going, I want to be in Star Wars. I've always wanted to be in Star Wars. I'm a big fan. Can I be in Star Wars? You know that Jack Black tried to call in some favours in order to be in this. Seriously. This is not Star Wars. This is a tribute to the greatest Star Wars ever made. I'm sure it's a joke that's been made 1,000 times elsewhere. So I made notes. Look, actual notes, rather than just me rambling on. So, with Star Wars, with so many things, look, I come for the droids, but I stay for the narrative. And this is droid-tastic. It's got Roger Rogers in it. There's a lot of Lego Freemakers. Bear with me, which is my all-time favourite version of Star Wars, followed by this. I know, I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I should be going, well, of course, it's Andor, followed by Empire Strikes Back. Yes. No. Star Wars Freemakers is fun. Mando is fun. And the whole point of this storyline is that we get from here to, well, Bo-Katan having the Darksaber. That's the actual narrative. The point of this whole episode is for that. Because even at the time, when she picked up the saber and, was using it, and she was using it so much better than Mando, we went in the house, we just went, oh yeah, that's fine. Now, on the stunt casting front, the casting of Christopher Lloyd in this, that's the real cool thing. Because who would have Christopher Lloyd as the baddie? Genius. And also, my wife did look at the screen and go, my God, Christopher's ears never stopped growing. And they didn't. And that's fine. He's an old man. He's a talented man. And he's, Christopher Lloyd. There's a brilliant bit in this. In fact, there's several brilliant bits which are totally there for us fans. The bit where he starts banging on about Count Dooku was right. And then they shoot him and just go, too much politics. That's how the fans feel about the first Star Wars film. Episode 1. Let's call it the first one. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You really do. But also, it's kind of how a lot of people feel about real life at the minute. There's just too much politics and not enough actual action. And that's why we're watching Star Wars in the first place. So yeah, I came for the droids, but I stay for the action. Because I love... Right. We all wanted the droid to say, we don't serve your kind in here. But droids are better than people. They really are. Because they're more accepting. They're better. They're longer lived. They're wiser. And yes, a big massive kill switch can wipe their old memories, apparently. The business with punching the battle droids. But how else are you going to do it and keep the narrative going? There's a bit of a detective thing. In fact, it's so detective-y that somebody actually picks up the Star Wars equivalent of a book of matches. It's lovely. It could have been written by Robert Rankin. Look, I genuinely loved this episode, and anyone kicking off saying, oh, it's not as good as it was, oh, it's all up and down, forget it. Star Wars is fun. This episode was fun. I loved it. I genuinely did. And if you want your dark, brooding Star Wars, there's room for that. Just wait for something else to come on. This is The Mandalorian. She needed to turn up and have everyone lay it very clearly out in front of them with words saying, yes, this sword now belongs to you. Enjoy the sword. That's it. One darksaber, which admittedly still looks a bit ropey. It is by far the single ropiest effect that they are now stuck with. Ongoing. Loved it. What's not to love? And with that, I'll fade away. So until next time, be seeing you.